So here we are. It's Saturday. It's the day in between. Some would call this the silent Saturday, the day after, the day before. Can you imagine the experience of the disciples, those that had been following Jesus, the way they were sitting on this Saturday? We're trying to figure out what happened, what transpired. Here's a guy who they had given their life to follow, left behind family and jobs, and now the uncertainty, the grief, the loss, it all sat around them. I think we sit at times with tensions in similar ways, uncertain about what today is, uncertain about what tomorrow might be. The things we had built our hope and our trust in, gone. The disciples sat and people around them just carried on with life. Things continued to function, things continued to happen, and yet they sat in this moment of silence, asking the question, where are you, God? What's left? What's next? What's in store? I think of this interaction Jesus has with Martha. Martha was a sister to Lazarus. They were both friends with Jesus, and she was calling on Jesus because her brother was about to die. Eventually, Jesus comes, her brother is dead, and she goes and laments to him, saying, Jesus, if you just shown up, my brother wouldn't be dead. And this is what Jesus responds to her. And I think it's a question that's poignant for a Saturday that's in between. A Saturday deals with tensions and loss. And it says this in John chapter 11. It says, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live even if they die. Everyone who lives in me and believes will never die. And then he says this to Martha. He says, do you believe? Do you believe? That's a question for Saturday. Do you believe? That's a question for the times that we find ourselves. Do you believe? As we hold on to this tension of the already, the not yet, the in-between, where things aren't quite as we hope they would be or think they should be, do we believe? Do we believe that Jesus is who he said he is, that he is consistent and faithful? Do we believe that in the middle of silence, it doesn't mean that God is absent, and yet the silence can actually be forming, can actually be the spaces that Jesus meets us to grow our unbelief, to grow our understanding of his truth, of his faithfulness, that he is who he said he is. The question for us on the Silent Saturday, do you believe? Do you believe that Jesus is the resurrection and the life, and that all those who believe in him will know and experience life? In the middle of silence, in the middle of a world that moves around us, Jesus invites us to answer and engage the question, do you believe? This is the Silent Saturday. This is the moment where we encounter the in-between and the tension of the already and the not yet, where we see Jesus at work in and around us in the silence. Do you believe?